You ready to orate? Let me pull out my rod for the best audio sound. Your host with the best sound sauce, Brother Z.
My name is ZAFE, your host with the most taste and flavor and zero time to waste. I'm here with the lovely Cas Holman. Right?
Hello.
Did I get that right?
Yes. Nice to be here with
nice
you.
Nice to meet you. We're at the Innovation Fast Company Innovation Festival, and you got a chance to be on a panel, correct?
Yeah, I did a panel on Tuesday, and today I did a little workshop helping adults reconnect with their play.
Yeah, I love that. And you have a book.
Yes, Playful.
Playful. Be playful. So tell us about Playful, and take me through the journey of Playful.
So I design for play for children primarily. For the last 25-ish years, I've been designing toys and playgrounds and play spaces and learning materials.
Play spaces. I love that.
Yeah,
I need me a play space.
Don't we all? See, you do. This is the thing. So in the time that I've been designing for kids, adults keep coming up to me and saying, "What about us?" Right?
I'm a big adult, by the way.
You're big on adulting?
Yes.
Are you killing it at adulting? It's hard.
It's challenging.
It's hard. I think part of why it's hard is because we don't play enough. I think if we let ourselves play, and if you read my book and reconnect with, or maybe you don't need to read my book, you may already be in touch with your inner play.
Read her book and play with it. That sounded crazy.
But if we connect with our play and let ourselves play, then we're going to feel way better in the way that we adult.
I agree with that. So take us through the panel. I didn't get a chance to see your panel because I'm hopping around. Take us through the concept of adults playing and creating playful spaces. Around
there's kind of there's a few different elements that I think have to happen in order for adults to be able to play.
Okay.
Right? And so in the book I start with kind of here's why it matters, in case you thought that play was a nice to have, play is actually a need to have. I argue that it's as important as sleep and eating well, exercise, and so I have a co-writer, Lydia Denworth, and we dug up all kinds of research, and so neuroscience and psychology and physical benefits to kind of make the case that play matters and you need play, right? And I think also particularly the way that the world is right now, play is resilience, right? And it's kind of how we get through, in fact. So it's not just you play when times are good. We need to play when times are terrifying, right?
I agree with that.
So, and so in the book, I try to help adults both reconnect with what kind of inner play voice you might already have that kind of is guiding you into how you might play. And then also a few ways to give yourself permission to play so that you can.
I like that. You have a design background.
Mm-hmm.
Take us through the concept of design and where do you get your inspiration to design, and what are these spaces that you design? I want to talk a little bit more about the book, but I want to get into your design mind.
Yeah.
When you design spaces, where are you coming from when you're designing these spaces, and where are you going with it?
Well, with play spaces, usually there's a client or a collaborator that has a building or some kind of institution like a museum, science museum, or a school, and so they usually have some kind of goal with the space. For example, the Liberty Science Center in Jersey City, they had a toddler play space where they wanted toddlers to be able to explore balance, which is pretty straightforward. Toddlers are constantly falling. All they are doing is exploring balance, right? So that one I was okay, pretty straightforward goal. But what I bring to it is that my everything I design is open-ended, which means that there's no right and wrong way of interacting with it or no right and wrong way of doing it. So the child or the adult figures out how to do it while they're using it. Right, so we have a lot of elements of our lives that are very structured, right? We have you do things right. We even in the way that a lot of adults play, video games and things, you play it to win, or you play it to get through, or you do a puzzle to solve it, right? A lot of the way that we like even creative play things that we like building kits are still like you're following instructions. And so the things I design are super open-ended. And you figure it out as you go, and you make it up as you go, and you kind of invent with it, right? And so in the Liberty Science Center, toddlers are exploring, and also like every part of the space, they're kind of deciding what to do and inventing what to do as they're doing it, as well as I also design for collaboration a lot.
I saw that. I saw
yeah.
that when I briefly looked you up. I see
Yeah.
that you got a lot of collaborations.
Yeah.
Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about those collaborations.
Well, I collaborate with other companies, but also the things I design, kids have to collaborate.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's too big for one child to use alone, and people think like, no, it should be easy.
Right.
But in fact, like easy isn't where they grow.
Mm-mm.
Right? Where they grow is when they have to say like, hey, can you help me? You hold this while I do this, or where they're like, wow, this isn't. Like this is like big. Like I can move this. Like this
Right.
this is a real material. And in giving kids stuff like that, we're telling them like, I trust you. You can do this, and kids are like, I made something that was bigger than me, right? So, yeah, there's a few different elements that I kind of bring to everything that I design.
I find it very interesting because you design spaces for adults and kids, or is it mainly for adults?
No, I mean, I design spaces for kids first. I think about the adults that are going to bring the kids there.
Right.
Or be there with the kids, or like, I design for the people who have to clean the space, for example. Like I consider everybody that's involved.
Yeah.
When I'm designing it, how is somebody's going to have to mop this? How are
Right.
they going to get in to mop it, right? But when I design for adults, it's actually hasn't been a space, because I don't think a space is actually what we need.
Interesting.
I think that it's like a mind shift, which
I
is
agree.
why this wound up being a book. I'm a designer who wrote a book with a lot of help from my co-writer, because I could design a beautiful space for adults to play in, and I don't know that we would be able to do it unless we
Interesting.
let ourselves play.
I find it fascinating that you say that and this book interesting, because one of the things that I have been working on, and I think every adult should work on, is catering and pouring into that inner child
Yeah.
that didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everyone grew up the same.
Oh, wait, that didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or had to grow up fast and be an adult.
Right.
A lot of people have dealt with that.
Yeah.
And I think the book helps with that.
It does, and I mean, that also reminds me, like, I think a lot of people have shame around play also. Not just because it's natural in school, because we're told to stop playing, but a lot of family dynamics or whatever was going on in your life or in your household, maybe your play was shut down, or there were personalities that weren't happy about you being whoever you were. So I think that, like, play is really, like, deeply, like, foundational in who we are.
Right.
And so in children, in play we're formed, right? We become who we are as humans when we play. And then in adults, we get to stay connected to who we are, or maybe reconnect or shift who we are through play. And so part of also, again, what I'm trying to do with the book is, like, help people understand that, you might be playing in a whole bunch of ways that you can kind of, like, let yourself do even more, right? And there might be some way that, like, maybe you play a lot with sports or video games, or you go out and you go and get rowdy with your friends, but, like, in what ways are you kind of doing free play, which is just like letting yourself, like, make jokes with somebody at the dog park, or like hang out and kind of linger in boredom for a minute and, like, not look at your phone right away.
I like that.
Being present in the world around you in a way that can be really playful. I call it attention play.
I love it.
And just, like, daydreaming, kind of like letting yourself
looking at the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, getting lost in the sky.
I like how, play can be deeply healing. If in fact there were ways that in your childhood play you were kind of shut down or shamed or didn't get to fulfill what you were exploring.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
What are 4 things you want people to take away from Playful?
Well,
The book.
first of all, play is deeply important. It
Yeah.
matters. It's not a nice to have, it's a must have. In particular, in times of uncertainty, play is like resilience. It is resistance. It is radical. And we all need it. That's one thing. Another thing is to kind of there's I have a bit of a formula that I actually think is kind of useful without the chapters of explanation, which is that in order to kind of connect with your play, there's 3 things that you can kind of keep in mind. And the first one is releasing judgment.
Yeah.
So we're our own harshest critic,
Yes.
right? So release the judgment of yourself and trust the people around you to not judge you.
Yeah.
The second one is embrace possibility. So that's just to kind of say like let go of what you expect or don't be overly attached to what you think is going to happen. So that you're not really if you embrace possibility, you can be more present in what might come up that you may not expect, right? Or whatever kind of let things emerge, right? And the third thing is to reframe success. Adults get very attached to outcomes, saying like, this is what success looks like, and I have to do it. If I'm going to do this activity, it has to look like this. If I'm going to play basketball, I'm supposed to win.
And it's basically a rinse and repeat of other people's success. It's never a creation or a thought of their own.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's things that we've inherited
Yeah.
or been told, or something we like assume based on how other people are doing it. So in reframing success, you can kind of say like, what does success look like for me? Why am I doing this? Am I doing it to win, or am I doing it to like
play?
Play, right? Thank you.
You know?
And so when you reframe success, you can be way more playful in
Yeah.
everything, because it's your own intrinsic motivation rather than some extrinsic idea of like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the your favorite movie watching growing up? Like what were the favorite movies that you enjoyed watching growing up
God.
into your adulthood?
You know
from
what
a
I
childhood
was
to adulthood that you
thinking
still
about?
watch to this
Oh, that
day.
I still. Wow.
That you would give it a rewatch.
I recently rewatched The Dark Crystal.
Okay. The Dark Crystal.
But I watched a lot of 3-2-1 Contact. I don't know. Your face is a little. I'm 70s. I'm from the 70s. I'm coming here straight to you today from the 70s.
I'm like, okay, tell me more.
Your face is like, I was like, okay, 3-2-1 Contact didn't resonate. Like, I
No,
know,
it didn't
it's
resonate, but it's okay.
It was so
It sounded like
good.
it was fun.
It was a show that, like, the music was amazing.
Yeah.
The animation is amazing. It's really good. So those are Dark Crystal. I feel like that's kind of held up for me.
Okay.
A lot of movies that I rewatch, I'm like, oof, this didn't age well.
How about music? What was your favorite music?
Oh yeah, that of course. When I was really young, we had an album called "Free to Be You and Me," which was like the hippie Bible.
Okay.
And I recently got it for a couple of friends who have kids now.
Okay.
And I think it holds up. I'm impressed at how well it holds up as the hippie Bible.
Okay.
Because I don't come from a religious family.
Okay.
So we just had hippiedom instead. Okay. And so "Free to Be You and Me" was one from my childhood. A lot of like Prince and David Bowie.
I recently went to go watch the Prince. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
An IMAX, a movie about his pinnacle time in Purple Rain.
Oh yeah.
It was really good.
Whew.
It was really, really good.
My sister had a poster of him
Yeah.
on her wall, but it was the one where he's like in the shower in just these like little mankinis, and he's wet, and my mom was like,
Right.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. So my sister made a pair of shorts out of paper,
Okay.
and like put these little like basically hot pants
Okay.
on top of Prince's
Genital area?
Yeah.
Okay.
on top of his mankini.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, well, I guess I can't argue. It's just this.
So what was your favorite Prince song?
Christopher Tracy's Parade.
Okay.
Hands down.
Hands down?
Still makes me cry.
I love Dove's Cry.
That one's good.
Yeah,
That one's
I love
good.
that. That was one. That was such a playful time.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
people worked, but they played.
Yeah.